What if everything you've been told about happiness is wrong? Imagine spending years chasing success, approval, and wealth, only to realize that none of it actually makes you happy. What if the secret to a good life is not caring too much? This is exactly what Mark Manson uncovers in The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fck star. But here's the twist. You don't stop caring about everything. You start caring about the right things. Keep watching, because by the end, you'll know how to apply this life-changing philosophy. Meet Jake. He's your typical go-getter, hustling, grinding, and constantly checking his phone for likes, promotions, and validation. But despite all his efforts, he feels exhausted and miserable. Why? Because he's trying to please everyone, chase every opportunity, and measure his worth by society's unrealistic standards. One day, after yet another failed attempt to impress his boss and a breakup that left him shattered, Jake stumbles upon the subtle art of not giving a Fck star. The book's bold message hits him like a punch in the gut. You only have a limited number of FCKs to give, so spend them wisely. What does this mean? Let's break down the 3 powerful lessons Jake learned and how they can change your life too. Lesson 1. Happiness comes from solving problems, not avoiding them. Jake used to believe that happiness was all about avoiding struggles, steering clear of tough conversations, running away from failure, and chasing quick fixes for instant gratification. He thought that if he could just dodge discomfort, he'd find peace. But over time, he realized that this approach left him feeling empty and unfulfilled. That's when he stumbled upon Mark Manson's idea. True happiness doesn't come from avoiding problems. It comes from solving them. The truth is, life is a series of problems. You can't escape them, no matter how hard you try. But here's the twist. You get to choose which problems you want to solve. And that choice is where the magic happens. When you pick problems that align with your values and passions, the struggle becomes meaningful. Take Elon Musk, for instance. He didn't become one of the most influential people in the world by avoiding challenges. Instead, he embraced them. Building SpaceX and Tesla wasn't easy. It came with sleepless nights, financial risks, and countless failures. But Musk chose these problems because they aligned with his deeper purpose, advancing humanity and creating a sustainable future. The pain of hard work became worth it because it was tied to something he truly cared about. Stop chasing a life free of pain and problems. It doesn't exist. Instead, focus on finding problems that are worth solving. Ask yourself, what am I willing to struggle for? What challenges align with my values and goals? When you start choosing your problems wisely, the struggle stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a purpose. And that's where real happiness begins. Lesson 2. You are not special, and that's a good thing. One of the hardest truths to accept is this. You're not a special snowflake. Jake, like so many of us, grew up believing that he was unique, destined for greatness, and entitled to success simply because he existed. He thought that just showing up and trying a little would be enough to earn him a life of extraordinary achievements. But Mark Manson flips this idea on its head. Embracing your ordinariness is the key to freedom. Here's the reality. Most of us are average, and that's okay. In fact, it's liberating. When you stop believing that you're inherently special, you stop feeling entitled to success without effort. You stop waiting for the world to hand you opportunities and start creating them yourself. Take Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. But here's the thing, he wasn't born a legend. In high school, he was cut from the basketball team. Instead of throwing a tantrum or giving up, Jordan used that rejection as fuel. He practiced harder, pushed himself further, and eventually became the icon we know today. He didn't feel entitled to success. He earned it through relentless effort. When you accept that you're not inherently special, you stop making excuses. You stop blaming the world for your failures and start taking responsibility for your life. You realize that success isn't about being gifted. It's about being disciplined, consistent, and willing to put in the work. So, instead of chasing the idea of being extraordinary, focus on becoming the best version of your ordinary self. Because here's the secret. Ordinary people who work hard and stay committed often achieve extraordinary things. Lesson 3. Choose what you give a Fck about. At the heart of Mark Manson's philosophy is a simple yet life-changing truth. You can't care about everything. And trying to do so will only leave you stressed, overwhelmed, and unhappy. Jake learned this the hard way. He used to give too many Fcks about what people thought of him, about minor inconveniences, about failures that didn't truly matter. But once he realized he could choose where to direct his energy, everything changed. Life is full of distractions, opinions, and setbacks. If you let every little thing bother you, you'll constantly feel drained. But when you decide what truly matters to you, what aligns with your values and goals, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and drama. Imagine two people receive negative comments online. The first person spends hours obsessing over the criticism, questioning their worth, and spiraling into self-doubt. The second person reads the comment, shrugs, and moves on with their day. What's the difference? The second person has clearly defined what they care about, and random negativity from strangers isn't on the list. Not everything deserves your energy. Be intentional about what you give a Fck about. Ask yourself, does this align with my values? Will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? Is this worth my time and emotional energy? When you start being selective, life becomes simpler, lighter, and more focused. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter and start investing in what truly does. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You have a choice. Option 1. Keep giving a Fck about things that drain you. What people think, what you're missing out on, or the fear of losing something you never really needed. Option 2. Shift your focus to what truly matters. Your values, your goals, and the life you want to build. This isn't just a theoretical idea. It's a mindset shift that has transformed millions of lives, from celebrities and CEOs to everyday people who decided to stop wasting their energy on things that don't serve them. Why is this so powerful? Because it taps into 3 emotional triggers that often hold us back. 1. FOMO, fear of missing out. We're constantly bombarded with images of other people's perfect lives on social media, in the news, or even in our social circles. This makes us feel like we're falling behind or missing out on something better. But here's the truth. You're not missing out. You're just being distracted from what truly matters to you. 2. Loss aversion. We're wired to fear losing what we have, even if it's something we don't really care about. This fear keeps us stuck in jobs, relationships, or habits that don't align with our values. But when you let go of what doesn't serve you, you create space for what does. 3. Social proof. We often look to others to validate our choices. We think, if everyone else is doing it, it must be the right thing, but following the crowd rarely leads to fulfillment. True satisfaction comes from living a life that's authentic to you. The big question, are you spending your Fcks wisely? If not, now is the time to change. Start by asking yourself, What am I giving too much energy to that doesn't align with my values? What would my life look like if I only cared about what truly matters? Remember, every F*ck you give is a piece of your energy and attention. Choose wisely, and you'll find yourself living a simpler, more meaningful, and more fulfilling life. Now, here's my question for you. What's one thing you need to stop giving a FCK about today? Drop your answer in the comments below. If you found this valuable, hit the like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing book breakdowns. And if you want to learn how to build life-changing habits, check out my summary of Atomic Habits. Click here to watch next.